Thank you very much. I will speak on issues that have not been raised by Honorable Sikala. And we are speaking to you as leaders of the 31st protest, which is a civil rights movement, basically fighting for people's rights, civil labor rights. It's very important for you to understand that. We condemned the arrest of Hopewell Chin'ono. You know, the last time that he was arrested, I was with him. I went through the paces. You know, we witnessed the collective hand at Chikurubi Maximum and at Harare Remand. Those places are not habitable. They are not meant for human habitation. And already the crime that he is accused for has been alluded to by my colleague here. But what I want to say is, as citizens in this country, we are fully aware that we need to stand up to fight for citizens' rights. We have been speaking against corruption. And what government in the world would criminalize citizens who speak out against corruption? Recently, the president talked of 3.5 billion that has gone missing, that has gone between the walls from command agriculture. Nothing has been done. And if as citizens we keep quiet, we don't speak out, what happens? Mugabe unearthed 15 billion that was stolen from diamonds in Chiazwa. What has been done about it? Nothing. From NASA, 900 million was stolen. What has happened? Nothing. 60 million was stolen from drugs. A few people were arrested because there was an outcry from citizens. But after the arrest, what has happened? Nothing. They could not even recover 60 million, which has been recently stolen. At least it should have been possible to recover 60 million and bring it back into the fiscus. But nothing has been done. Instead, look at the state of our nation, the broken down infrastructure, hospitals completely incapacitated. You know, the education sector in shambles. School children are supposed to have opened, but there are no lessons. What is the situation? And as citizens, when we speak about these things, it's important for the government not to take us to be enemies. These are the causes which Hopewell is championing and fighting for. These are the issues that we as the 31st protest are speaking about as a civil rights movement in this country. We're speaking about these issues because they are coming from the people. Then the payback is you are arrested, you spend 45 days in detention. That is unacceptable. Meanwhile, we know of citizens who get to the airport with 6 kgs of gold and they tell you I picked the wrong bag. The state does not even oppose bail until the magistrate says, no, you need to oppose bail here. You expose us. Is that the Zimbabwe we want? Zimbabwe is our heritage. And that is why, as collectively as a people, we're saying, let's make our nation right. That is not an offense. For Hopewell to speak out against corruption is not an offense. This is the nation that we want, and this is the nation that we must promote, and this is the spirit that we must promote. We've been suffering under the effects of corruption for years, and no attention has been paid to it. And we are very strong and resolute. These issues that we are speaking about are cutting across all citizens. This is not just about, you know, opponents of the government or of the ruling party. These are issues that even people in ZANU-PF should be talking about. People in the MDC, people in the opposition political, we are all talking about these issues. And it is important for government to pay attention. So what is it that we need to do going forward? It is important that if we are to deal effectively with the issues of corruption in this country, we have institutions that are independent and capacitated to deal with it. The judiciary is one of such. The police, access to information, the military, everybody. We must make sure that our institutions are independent. Even people in ZANU-PF need independent institutions. Because one day they will not stay in power forever. One day will come a time when somebody else takes over. And they must be accountable. If they allow institutions to be independent, they will benefit from that one day down the line. And we want to advise them that it is important and in the best interest of this nation that we build independent institutions. We deplore the erosion of democracy in Africa. It is unacceptable. We want Zimbabwe to set a good example of democracy, but this is not what we have currently in this country. And so, as the 31st and as leaders of the 31st protest, July 31st protest, we are speaking out and weighing in on the message that our colleague and brother Hopewell has been speaking about. We want to say Hopewell deserves his freedom. Speaking out against corruption should not attract the wrath of the state. It is very important. And hence, if I may also weigh in, we call on number one, citizens to stand up and support this noble cause from our colleague, Hopewell. As citizens, before even SADC comes through or before anyone else comes through, we must, as Zimbabweans, unite and come together and speak with one voice. We should demonstrate a statement to the government to say, we've had enough. We are citizens, we are Zimbabweans. Not ZANU-PF, not MDC, not Transform Zimbabwe, not the 31st Movement, not Zimbabweans, but we are collectively Zimbabweans and we should come together. So our aim is to make sure that number one, as citizens, let's come together and speak with one voice. Let's build a convergence platform where all citizens can converge and speak against what is happening. Then number two, we want the support of the region. Our colleagues in SADC must speak out. Our fellow compatriots in the region must speak out and condemn what is happening to Zimbabwe. Because if it happens here, it will not end here. If nobody speaks out, it will go to our neighboring countries. It will proffer to the different countries that we have in this region, and that is unacceptable. And we also want Africa to speak out with one voice to condemn what is happening in this country. This is the ethos of nationalism that our founding fathers fought for. And we stand by that. Freedom of expression is a key fundamental to every society. Every society should be able to express themselves like our Hopewell Chin'ono is doing. That should not attract persecution from the state. That must be very important. And of course, we also call on the international community to weigh in. Zimbabwe does not exist in isolation. The world is becoming a global village. For us to be successful politically, economically, we need to work with others. You know, there's an African proverb which says, if you want to go quick, go alone. But if you want to go far, go with others. Zimbabwe should be ready to go far and go with others. This is what we are calling for. So this is what we feel we need to speak out and reach out to you and to the nation, that we condemn what is happening. Zimbabwe needs to take the right path. And this is what will grow and shape us into a better nation and better citizenship as a people. Thank you very much.